Train your brain to outsmart in any situation. They never taught you this in school. They taught you what to memorize, what to repeat, what to obey, but never how to think. And that is why most people walk into life unarmed, reacting instead of commanding, hoping instead of deciding, surviving instead of winning. Because the battlefield of success is not the economy, not the competition, not the past. It is the 6 inches between your ears. And if you do not train your brain, it will betray you at the very moment clarity is required. Every situation you face is neutral until your mind assigns it meaning. Pressure is not the enemy. Uncertainty is not the enemy. Failure is not the enemy. An untrained mind is. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times not because he lacked intelligence, but because he refused to let emotion override reason. He trained his mind to see opportunity where others saw humiliation. That is the first law of mental dominance. Your brain must be stronger than your circumstances. Most people let situations control their thinking. The disciplined few reverse the equation. They control their thinking and therefore control the situation. When panic enters the room, they remain calm. When others react emotionally, they calculate. When the crowd runs, they pause. This is not talent. This is conditioning. This is mental architecture built through intention, repetition, and belief. Your brain is not designed to protect your dreams. It is designed to protect your comfort. That is why it whispers doubt when you aim higher. That is why it magnifies risk and minimizes reward. If you do not train it, it will default to fear. Napoleon Hill understood this when he wrote that thoughts are things. Not poetry, not metaphor, engineering. What you consistently think becomes the blueprint your brain follows under pressure. Look at Andrew Carnegie, a poor immigrant who mastered not just steel but strategy. He didn't outmuscle competitors, he outthought them. He trained his brain to anticipate, to position, to leverage. While others focused on effort, he focused on leverage. While others reacted to markets, he shaped them. This is the difference between intelligence and mental mastery. Intelligence gathers information. Mastery uses it. To outsmart any situation, you must first silence emotional chaos. Emotion is a terrible advisor in moments that demand precision. Fear shortens vision. Anger narrows options. Ego blinds judgment. The trained mind pauses. It creates space between stimulus and response. In that space lives power. In that space lives choice. In that space lives victory. Most people never enter that space. They explode, retreat, complain, or freeze. Not because the situation is too complex, but because their mind is undisciplined. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is clarity under fire. It is the ability to think long-term while everyone else is thinking about relief. Henry Ford was ridiculed for paying his workers more. They laughed until his competitors collapsed and his empire expanded. He didn't need approval. He needed foresight. Your brain must be trained to ask better questions. Not why is this happening to me, but how is this working for me? Not what if I fail, but what if this is training? Situations do not break you. They reveal you. And every moment of pressure is a mirror reflecting the quality of your inner dialogue. Visualization is not fantasy. It is rehearsal. Walt Disney saw entire worlds before a single brick was laid. When banks rejected him, when critics mocked him, he didn't argue. He refined the vision. He trained his brain to live in the future while his body operated in the present. That is mental leverage. That is how you outsmart delay, doubt, and disbelief. You must train your brain to think in outcomes, not obstacles. Obstacles are temporary. Outcomes are permanent. When you focus on obstacles, your brain searches for exits. When you focus on outcomes, your brain searches for strategies. The brain will always find what you ask it to look for. So ask better, demand better, expect better. Clarity is the weapon. Vagueness is the enemy. A clear mind moves faster than a motivated one. Motivation fades. Clarity executes. When your purpose is precise, confusion dissolves. Abraham Lincoln faced a nation tearing itself apart. Yet his mind was anchored to principle, not panic. He thought in decades while others thought in headlines. That is how history is shaped, by minds that refuse to be rushed by noise. Train your brain to slow down when others speed up, to listen when others shout, to think when others react. This is how you outsmart chaos. This is how you turn pressure into advantage. This is how you become dangerous in the most disciplined sense of the word. And once your mind is trained, no situation can trap you. It may delay you, it may test you, it may exhaust you, but it will never defeat you because you no longer fight situations. You outthink them,